Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Fatopia. We are live again with the boys, Angus Dangum, Rich Dog Moore, and Horcrux Connellier. And we just left off finding Medusa, learning her spiders' names, and informing Angus's mom, Angie, that she's gonna have to be the mailman until we find a new one. So, boys, you guys all kind of know what you need to do, sort of. You guys know the story. You guys know where we've been, know everything. What do we do now?
Well, I reckon I don't have nothing to do until I get my supplies.
True.
So, wait a second. How long have we been walking, and how long has it been since we had a rest?
I'm telling you right now that it is probably around 5 o'clock p.m.
I'm getting ready for bed.
Just without eating.
5 p.m.
Well, you know when I say get ready for bed, that does entail eating, right?
So you're heading to your mom's to go have supper. Rich?
Before he goes, I'm going to ask him, it's going to be a while before you get your supplies, so is there anywhere you know nearby where we can get Elmwood?
Let me eat a bite, and we'll come with me. We'll discuss that as we eat.
Okay, if I invite Patty?
You know the answer to that. You know she's always welcome.
Solid no. No, it's Angie's best friend, so.
I mean, she's always welcome.
I go get Patty and I invite her over for dinner.
So you're gonna leave Betty all by herself? That's so rude.
I guess rude. Betty can come too.
It's so rude.
I figured she might want to stay with her husband.
Horcrux.
I go to my grandfather's shop to fill him in on all the things that just went down, and fill him in about the about how if he needs mail sent, he's gonna have to go through Angus's mom.
He thanks you for all the information. He says, "What are we gonna do about Medusa?"
I don't think she's gonna be a problem. You just don't worry about that.
We could set fire to the woods back there.
No.
Well, what about our people, Horcrux?
I have Medusa in my pocket.
All right, I trust you.
Just don't worry about Medusa, and you don't have to worry about the spiders. She's promised they won't be infiltrating any cities anytime soon.
Scout's honor, I won't worry about Medusa.
Okay, so you just keep living your life how you're going to. I'm gonna go eat. You're welcome to come with me.
No, I'm gonna probably go to bed. It's getting kind of late.
Okay, I'll lock the door on my way out.
All right, love you, grandson.
Love you too. I leave and lock the door and pull it too.
And you leave. Where are you going from here?
I'm going to Angus's mother's house.
All right, we'll bring you in a second. You guys make it there. You notice that she's a little late to getting food on the table, but she's starting to get food on the table. You guys are having a meal of roasted pig, a full pig, and the sides are yams and regular potatoes with some carrots, cooked carrots.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and pig gravy.
Incredible as usual, Angie.
She kind of nods to you and goes back to the kitchen, finishes getting some stuff, and comes back. And you guys are sitting down eating. Horcrux, you walk in. Everyone is just now starting to eat food, and you may start conversations.
I go, okay, what's up? I had to swing by my grandfather's shop for a second.
I tell Patty that we have all the things we need. Well, we almost have all the things we need to make the light wand.
What are you missing?
Elmwood.
Elmwood.
Yes.
Angie, Elmwood? Angie looks over at you guys and she says, I think the only place to get Elmwood is in the middle of Neverwinter Woods. And Betty nods her head. She's kind of, upset with what's going on with Bob. Don't know if she's going to be able to heal him. And she's like,
Of course it is.
she said, yeah, the last couple elm trees are in Neverwinter Woods.
I guess I know where we're going tomorrow.
Oh. You don't think that'd be on our? You don't think that'd come with our supplies?
I'm sorry, Angus, but I don't think Elmwood is a normal delivery. It's so scarce anymore.
It looks like we're going to the woods then. All right, well, let's eat up and get a bite to eat, and we'll head out early in the morning.
All right, everyone finishes their meal. Unless you have anything else you want to conversate about.
Nope.
I look over at Tyler's character. I know. That's all I say, and that I leave it at that. I know.
There's nothing to know.
What are we knowing?
What are we doing? There's nothing to know.
That's all. That's all I say.
All right.
I don't have a dark secret.
with that, you guys finish eating. You guys can now go back to your respective houses. Rich with Patty. Rich, I'm gonna get back to you in a second. You guys don't make it quiet inside yet. Horcrux, you going back to Eric's?
Mm-hmm.
Angus, you going to your house?
Yeah.
All right. So, Rich, as you guys make it to the front door, Patty goes, you know, I haven't really been staying at my house anymore.
No, you haven't. You've had very good company, though.
You know, maybe someone should say something?
I get down on one knee, I look her in the eye, I say, Patty, will you marry me?
Whoa, this was... I meant ask me to move in, but... Yes. With no ring. No nothing. You could give her the blink ring.
Bob's ring.
Wait a minute.
You
He couldn't give her
the ring of free action?
Oh crap! Oh crap!
He couldn't give her the. He couldn't give her the blink ring anyway.
Tell her.
Oh yeah, you never gave it back to him.
Okay, I tell her. I promise I'll get you a ring as soon as I can. But I love you and I want to marry you and have you with me every day.
So over the
What
next
song with the wind is this?
So over the next week, I'll sell the house and move my stuff over.
Yes, I guess there's room for her to have her office there too, isn't there?
Well, her office will stay where it's at, but the house itself will sell. The office is next to the house, not it.
Yeah, I got you.
So, but she's also gonna say, you know, maybe we should pay your friend back for helping you get the house. I mean, it won't pay for this house completely, but selling my house will be at least 500-600 gold.
Well, I still owe him like 2,200, and I might be able to talk him down to 2,000, so that would bring the debt down to 1,400.
All right. Well, whatever we make from the house sell, I'll make sure you get it.
All right, thank you, darling.
And you guys go inside, go to bed. Everybody wakes up, fresh, new day. Your exhaustion's gone, Angus. Everybody's recovered. Good morning.
I'll make it down to go to
I
breakfast.
asked Patty if she will. I asked Patty if she wants to go to the diner. My treat.
All right. Patty says yes. You guys head for the diner. Angus, you wake up, you go over to your mom's to have breakfast, and you notice that there's no food but a note that says, you got to make breakfast yourself, working. Love, Mom.
All right, I'll cook me up some breakfast.
Burns the kitchen down.
You also notice next to the note is a letter for you from
All right.
from the Helsons company.
All right. Open the letter.
You open the letter. It basically says what you're gonna get. 50 of iron, ore 50. Like it, a good list. I'll get you a general list later, but
All right.
the list of all the stuff that's coming, and then the invoice of how much. Which, since this is a full restock, it's not your normal 500-600 gold.
All right.
It's 1,200.
All right.
So full restock, 1,200 gold to restock your business. You got your invoice. You're making breakfast. Horcrux, you wake up.
I wake up and I just kind of sit on the side of the bed, like, yeah, I'm just gonna lay down a few more minutes and lay back down.
You get up. You're like, whatever. You kind of lay back down, and that's when you notice that it is just eerie quiet in your house, or in Erich's house.
Well, I mean, Erich isn't there, so.
And Rich, we make it to you. You guys make it to the diner. You notice that there's a for sale sign in the window, and doors are locked.
Okay, this is odd. Do you know anything about them selling?
Yeah, didn't Angus tell us about a couple weeks ago the lady was retiring and moving?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, we should have remembered.
Well, I guess I'm making us breakfast.
All right, back to the house. You guys go back to the house. Betty's already cooking up food. You guys sit down. You guys have food with Betty. And Horcrux, back to you. You wake up again.
I just kind of make my way around the house.
You make your way around the house, make yourself some breakfast, find a snack, something like on those orders. You back to you, Angus. You're done with breakfast now, and what are you doing?
Preparing to go find Dogmore, Rich, and head off to the woods.
All right, you make your way to
Maybe get Horcrux.
You going to
If I can get
you going to Horcrux first?
Yeah, sure.
All right, so you make your way over to Horcrux. As you walk in, Horcrux is standing there, half awake, eating some breakfast.
I slap him.
You take 2 points of damage, Horcrux, and you get slapped across the face.
As I'm sitting there holding a hot skillet, cooking breakfast.
No, you're eating.
You're eating.
Oh, okay.
Past the cooking, but that would have been hilarious. I'll remember that next time.
As he's walking away, I throw the fork at him.
1 point of damage when the fork hits you broadside.
All right.
And you guys kind of stare at each other.
Bitch.
Didn't you come over here for a reason, Angus?
Yeah, I was going to tell him we're going to go to get the wood.
Gonna get some morning wood. Horcrux.
Yeah.
Pause.
No pause. So, you going with him, Horcrux?
Yeah.
All right. So he slowly falls behind you. You guys make your way over to Rich's. You walk in. You smell Betty cooking. Well, not cooking anymore, but you smelled the food that was cooked. And Rich is done eating. Rich.
I'm about done, guys, and I'll be along with you. I say, bye to Patty. Hope she has a good day. Love her, and I'll see her later today.
She says the same back to you. You guys get together. Angus.
Let's go to the woods.
So you guys are heading off to Neverwinter. Neverwinter is a 1-day travel.
Angus, if I see a deep ditch, I'm pushing you in it.
And I've never been there before, so I can't blink there, right? Not
You don't
blink,
have the
but
blink
warp.
ring.
About warp.
Warp. I knew what he meant.
Yeah.
You don't have the blink ring.
No, we're talking about my magic, the warp.
Oh.
Warp.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, has Horcrux been there?
Horcrux has been there.
Could he warp there and get the wood?
He can't warp.
He doesn't have a warp spell.
Sure don't.
Okay. Well, I mean the blink ring.
And me or you have never been
Never
there.
mind.
Yeah, that just blinks him out of this existence.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm skipping too far ahead. Oh, we need the road.
Off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
First time I watched that movie was the only time I watched that movie. I was 5 years old and it gave me nightmares.
He said, "I'll never watch it
Weak.
again."
I haven't.
Wizard of Oz gave you
Can we
night.
scare you that bad?
It was the evil flying monkeys, wasn't it?
Didn't even make it that far. It was the witch. Dude, I was 5.
Saw the lady that played her on an episode of Gunsmoke that all back.
Was she riding a bicycle?
Oh,
All right. We're gonna use one image for a continuous road, and yeah, this is what we're doing. So, you make it to the road. You start walking. You get, a good ways. It's a whole day's journey. You've probably made it. We'll say you've made it 5 hours so far on a 24-hour journey. You're starting to get hungry. You look around. It's a cliff to one side of the road. There's the road you're on. There's a road that kind of goes left and stops.
Well, remember, talking about we're getting, needing food. I have an outdoorsman feature where I can always remember the layouts, and I can always scramble up enough food and water for 6 people.
Yep.
So we should be fine with that.
Yeah, you can choose when to do that.
But we're
And
getting kind of okay.
are there
go
any
ahead.
animals around?
you want to look around for people and animals and things?
I'll do an investigation roll.
Okay.
19 plus 3, 22.
Well, the 22, you look around, you see some squirrels, maybe a rabbit. If you wanted to hunt something, there's animals. There's animals.
I don't guess there's anything bigger than a rabbit, is there?
If you worked hard at it, maybe you could get something big. Like a deer.
I was thinking, was there a deer anywhere?
You don't see one in this general vicinity, but you're not trying to hunt. You were just walking and did a investigation, so.
Rich, I have a suggestion. Y'all two both, I don't care, go hunting. I will prepare the camp to cook the food and cook it. Whatever you kill.
Or
All right.
Was this a deal?
I'm gonna go for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go further into the woods see if I can find a deer.
So Rich goes off into the woods. Horcrux, what are you doing?
I do the same
So you're going with him or on your own?
on my own.
So you go the opposite way. Angus, you're staying and building camp.
Yeah, building a fire and getting it ready to either field dress and cook or cook, etc.
All right. So you go over to this little patch of grass here, some trees, some shade. You start setting up a little area. You're looking around. Roll me a d20.
$17.
You stumble upon two just kind of curved daggers that you've seen before.
Where would I have seen them?
You wanna dig deeper?
Yes.
Roll a d20. With let's see, what would be insight?
Sight.
Well, I wrote a 17 on a dice.
Okay, so you definitely remember.
Okay.
You start investigating them, trying to remember at first, and you find the initials ET on the hilts.
Mm.
You start thinking about it a little harder, and you're like, these are Erich's.
Oh. Okay. I bring him back up to where I'm preparing to make the camp, and just lay him to the side there.
All right, you do that, and you're preparing camp. Horcrux, I'm coming to you. Roll me a d20, no additives.
12.
All right, Rich, I'm coming to you. Roll me a d20, no additives.
16.
Rich, you're creeping along, you're hunting. All of a sudden, a deer steps out in front of you. What weapon you got?
I'm gonna pull out my crossbow.
You pull out your crossbow quietly. Roll a d20.
18.
With an 18, you take the shot. You get right in the sweet spot. Blood starts leaking out where the arrow hit, and this deer takes off running till it's out of sight.
No, it can't go. No, it can't go too far, so I follow it.
You start following the blood trail. Did you let out anything after you shot this thing, or did you remain quiet?
Stayed quiet.
All right, so you are now stealthily following this blood trail. Horcrux. Roll me a d20.
Nat 20.
Nat 20. You are moving along your hunting when all of a sudden, out in the distance, out walks a bear. It's about 15, 20 yards from you. So not too far.
Yeah, I don't have a bow, do I? I'm going at it directly with my sword.
You igniting the sword or just the sword?
Just the sword for now.
All right,
Sure.
you are now in battle with this bear because you run at it, and I'm using your initiative from earlier. You're nat 20, so you're 20. I'm using the spider's initiative earlier since we never used it, which was that, which means you get to go first. You get the first attack.
Okay, well, I take a cut at it.
All right, roll your d20. Take your attack.
It's a 15. I get a +5 on the hit DC, so that's a dirty 20.
You hit him. Give me damage and then roll for plus. So full
It's
damage
just
plus roll.
It's just full damage plus another roll.
Yeah.
Okay, so the full damage would be 8 because it's a 1d6 plus 2,
Okay.
and then 5, so 13.
You hit this bear for 13 damage and it doesn't do nothing. It doesn't even stagger him. He looks at you. He goes for his attack. 18 hit.
Yeah. Put it in dice shell. It did too good.
He said, first roll today, Colton. Come on now. Not the first roll, but first roll this episode. 7, 10 points of damage.
Okay. This is where I'm igniting the sword.
So
That's my bonus.
you speak Neverember to the sword ignites, and attack.
It's 14 plus 5, so 19.
19 hits. Do
And
damage.
then, yeah, hang on, give me a second. Where is there? It is. Okay. And then so first is 1d6 plus 2, so 6 plus 2 is 8, and then 2d6 for the. It's a 4 and a 3, so 7. So 15. Hello?
Yeah, hang on. My bad, doing math. All right. You hit him with this, and it staggers him pretty good. He looks at you, and he attacks. $17?
Dice jail.
17 hits?
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points of damage.
Okay.
Now he lets out a large growl, so loud that it kind of shakes the woods. Angus, you definitely heard it. Rich, you're being quiet, stealthily chasing this blood, so you also heard it. And Horcrux.
I don't want my deer to get away, so
Horcrux, back to you.
I'm trying to finish it off if I can. Nat 20. Thank you, Jesus.
How do you kill it?
I'd stab it straight through the chest.
You stab it through the chest with the burning sword, and it kind of falls forward. You're able to get your sword out of it and move out of the way as you finished off this bear.
And at this point, I am going to use Cure Wounds as a 3rd level spell.
All
Where's
right.
my D?
You handle all your healing and all that, then decide what you want to do with this bear, and I'll be back to you in a minute. Rich, you've been following this blood trail for a while. It stayed really thick, and then it started to get a little weaker, we'll say. and are thinner. And finally, you make it to an opening, and you see your deer laying in the middle.
How big is this deer?
It's a full-grown buck. It's a good-sized deer, whitetail.
Would it be like too much trouble? Would I be strong enough like just to drag it back to camp?
You can drag it back to camp. I've backpacked a deer. Like, I'm not gonna be able to explain it because this is gonna be on YouTube. But essentially, you put their legs through another part of their body, and it turns into like a backpack. You put the legs through the legs. I know it sounds weird like that, but it's just how it is, and it turns into like a backpack. So you can get this deer back. That's what I'm getting at.
Okay, I'm gonna do that.
All right, you clean it because that's one of the main things you need to do when you get a deer. Get the guts out of it. And then you start pulling this deer back to camp. And guys, it's where we're gonna leave off for this episode. Left off. We're 5 hours into a 24-hour journey to Neverwinter Woods. Rich got a deer. And Horcrux got a bear. And Angus made camp. Also found 2 daggers. All right, guys. That's the episode. I hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Boys, you got anything you want to say?
I got a bear.
Hope everyone had fun.
Yeah, it's great.